Hey everybody, Nate Rockne here, reacting to videos. So tonight's another Buy Me a Coffee request, and this is another one from Home Free. I enjoyed their last song that I checked out. That was the first song I've checked out from them, and it said in the description on this one, "Rest in peace, Kenny Rogers." So I'm assuming this was right after he passed away. I don't remember exactly when he passed away, but I'm just assuming on that. I remember him for the classics that he had, but I remember him more for the movie that he was in. I remember watching that at my dad's place, and I loved the movie. The Six Pack was the movie. He was a talented person in general, acting, singing. Definitely had some classic songs that I think most people know. The Gambler, probably one of his most famous songs. Pretty excited to get into that one. Obviously, Home Free doing The Gambler is what I'm going to be checking out. I'm sure they'll do a good job. Just from off their first song that I heard from them, it was really good. The mashup of the two songs that fit really well together. So this one is just the one song that they're doing. Get a little bit of a different experience with Home Free on this one, but nonetheless, still excited to get into it. So this one was recommended by Linda A. Wingfield, and thank you for the request, Linda, because I always love checking out new stuff. And Home Free is still pretty new for me, and obviously I haven't heard him sing The Gambler yet. Pretty excited to get into this one. I think without further ado, let's get into it.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done."
Yeah, just like the other one, this one just feels funkier than the original version. I don't know if it's something that they do with the percussion part of the song, but there's something that just kind of gives it a funky feel to it. I know it's a country song. I know that it's supposed to have a country feel to it, but to me, it's got a real kind of boppy funk feeling to it. And I love it. I think anytime you do a cover... What was that? Sorry, I must have touched something wrong. I don't know what that sounded like, a door slamming, but nobody's up here. Weirdness. Anyways, it's
One eternity later.
I love when you're doing covers and someone changes things just a little bit. But I think for musicians that do covers and do good covers, the covers are a lot of times better than the original. or if you can't outdo the original, then changing something up and kind of doing it in your own style and mastering that is a great way of doing covers. And it seems like that's kind of how they do things. Like I said, I really dig the vibe on this song.
Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting, but when the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting, but when the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting, but when the dealing's done.
So on this one, the first one, the second half of the song, I was listening more to the beatbox and the bass. And in this one, I tried to listen to more of the beatbox and the bass through the whole song. And I love how realistic the beatbox is. I can't remember the guy's name, and it looks like a different guy in this one than the first one. Could be the same, he's just not. I think he was wearing a hat in the first one. But I know they've had some changes here and there. So I would have to go back. My memory is horrible if I read something. A lot of times I can only remember bits and pieces of it. And I know I read Linda A. Wingfield had some blogs that she had written about Home Free. I think that's what you call them, a blog. But I read that, and I know that there was some lineup changes. So I can't remember exactly who it was, though, that there were lineup changes with. It might have been the guy that was doing the beatboxing. But listening to him and the guy doing the bass, how realistic they sound is really cool. And I think that might be the part that kind of adds more of the funk feel to it. For me, anyways. It's just kind of how I'm hearing it. Fantastic song. They did a great job on a legendary song. So, like I said, I think most people know this song. If not, I mean, pretty much everyone knows that song. It's been a ridiculously popular song. It's one that I've known for basically my whole life. You know, it's just one of those songs. I think all of the vocals on it were great. I was listening to kind of the little accents that they were kind of throwing in around the beatbox and the bass. It all adds up to a final product that I think is a great version of The Gambler. Enough rambling on about The Gambler. I think if you got any other Home Free requests, you can leave them in the comments or head over to Buy Me a Coffee and put in your request there. I'll let you know a little bit about Buy Me a Coffee. That's where you can support the channel and make your own priority requests. I get to the priority requests as soon as possible, and I'll give you a shout out in the video. Now, if Buy Me a Coffee is not your thing, it's okay, I get it. You can still leave your requests in the comments, and I'm always pulling songs out of the comments and adding them to my list. My list keeps getting longer, and that's why Buy Me a Coffee is the quickest way to get your requests to me. If there's a song that you absolutely want to make sure that I don't miss out on, head over to Buy Me a Coffee and make your request. You can do that by scanning the QR code on the screen or heading to the description, clicking on the link, and it'll take you to my page. You can make your request there. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for liking, subscribing, commenting, and just watching the videos. It all helps the channel, and I appreciate it. So thank you. YouTube will recommend a video over here. If you'd like to, please feel free to check that out. And for everyone else, hope you guys enjoyed that. And come back and watch some more with me. Hey, thanks everybody. Sometimes you definitely got to know when to hold 'em and when to fold.